part 1, I described the amazingness of the scapula, but that's just the back half of the shoulder girdle. The scapula wouldn't be an effective handle for the muscles of the back if it didn't have something rigid to push against, which comes in the form of the clavicle. This skinny little bone connects it to the top of the sternum. Like the strut of a car suspension, it's not bearing the weight of the arm, but it's essential for stability. As the mass of the shoulder moves around, the clavicle is going to follow it, drawing a line from wherever the shoulder is back to the sternal notch at the base of your neck. Now let's look at swift and slow motion. See how her clavicles point from her sternum to her shoulder. Capturing the gesture of this rigid connection is crucial to selling an oddly posed shoulder. I've described the shoulder as being incredibly mobile, but it does in fact have a predictable arc. So the scapula in back is free-floating, so the shoulder's position relative to the spine is unpredictable, but the clavicle in front is rigid, so no matter where the shoulder tries to move, its distance to the sternal notch is always going to be the same. And the range of motion of the shoulder is therefore in orbit around the sternal notch, which is why the shoulders can come so far forward, but they can't go too far back. Now, besides being involved in all sorts of awesome action poses, the shoulder girdle also really sells emotional status in a pose, which I think is even more awesome. Supposedly a slumped spine communicates sadness or defeat or something, but try doing it without also rolling your shoulders forward. It's the shoulders that are really completing that gesture. Now's the part where I try to get you to grab a mirror and play around with your own shoulders to try and get an idea of the range of emotional possibilities. Shoulders back might look confident or show stiffness. Up towards the ears looks tense, can also be part of like a giddy gesture. Rolled forward can be sad or guarded. You can even make it look animalistic. And having the shoulders in opposing positions can be playful, or jaunty or teasing, or something. In practice, showing the shoulder position is a cinch from the side, but that's rarely the situation. You can also suggest the position of the shoulder mass by showing the arrangement of the whole shoulder girdle. So for instance, if the shoulders are back and the spine is straight, the clavicles look like straight horizontals out from the sternum. On the other hand, if the shoulders are raised, the clavicles form this deep V going back down towards the nape of the neck. If the shoulders are coming forward, the clavicles push away from the ribcage, forming these deep pockets of shadow above and below it. And then from the backside, it's all about capturing whether the scapula are pushing in towards the spine and pressing the flesh into these big lumps, or else pulling everything away from the spine and exposing the roundness of the ribcage and wrapping themselves around the side of the torso. Alright, I could really go on about shoulders forever. In fact, I could probably make a whole video just on the differences between like the coracoid process and the acromion process. And don't even get me started about armpits, because armpits are so awesome. In fact, I should probably just make a video about armpits next. Anyway, this has been an episode of Daxplains, a how-to series where I, Dax, attempt to illustrate an illustration topic whether I know shit about it or not, in a time shorter than my own attention span. And if this free video was useful to you, I still need patrons for my Eisner-nominated graphic novel, Failing Sky.